In his May 12, 2010 meeting with Afghan President Hamid Karzai, President Obama said, U.S. military action in Afghanistan and the surrounding region is in our national security interests because of recent terrorist plots in the U.S. that have ties to the region. The President went on to say, as we've seen in recent plots here in the United States, Al-Qaeda and its extremist allies continue to plot in their border regions between Afghanistan and Pakistan. A growing Taliban insurgency could mean an even larger safe haven for Al-Qaeda and its affiliates. The administration's 2010 National Security Strategy states, in Afghanistan we must deny Al-Qaeda a safe haven, deny the Taliban the ability to overthrow the government, and strengthen the capacity of Afghanistan's security forces and government so they can take lead responsibility for Afghanistan's future. The 2010 National Security Strategy also states, we will achieve these objectives with a strategy comprised of 3 components. 1. Militarily target the insurgency to secure key population centers and increase efforts to train Afghan security forces. 2. Improve accountable and effective governance in Afghanistan while targeting assistance to make an immediate and enduring impact in the lives of the Afghan people in areas such as agriculture, while supporting the human rights of all Afghanistan's people, women and men. 3. Foster a relationship with Pakistan founded upon mutual interests and mutual respect to defeat violent extremists who threaten both of our countries. Congress can help further the achievement of the 2 components related to Afghanistan by drafting and passing the American-Afghan Agricultural and Economic Development Partnership Energy and Homeland Security Initiative. The American-Afghan Economic Development Partnership is a proposal by Renaissance America Venture Capital Corporation, a nonprofit security and prosperity for all Americans organization dedicated to helping all Americans realize the American dream. The American-Afghan Partnership Economic Development Initiative calls on Congress to draft and pass earmarked legislation to provide $10.5 billion annually for the next 5 years. 1. The earmarked legislation would provide, by Renaissance America, the funding to construct 2,500 poultry grower farms and the associated housing for the poultry farmer Afghan National Guardsmen as well. 2. Produce 5,000 Carabim asymmetric warfare vehicles and their associated production facilities. 3. Fund the development and production of Carabim Stegosaurus heavy-lift control and delivery systems that would be used to transport poultry as well as U.S. troops and their associated equipment out of Afghanistan. 4. Guarantee the investments of American-owned poultry producers who invest in operations in Afghanistan as part of the American-Afghan Partnership Initiative. The 100 poultry farmers in each of the 2,500 Afghan villages would be required as a condition of their employment on the poultry farm to serve in a 250,000-man Afghan National Guard and International Security Force, to supplement the Afghan National Army, protect Afghan villages, and to fight the Taliban al-Qaeda in rural areas of Afghanistan. The poultry farmers, National Guardsmen, would be paid exclusively from proceeds of their village's poultry grower operations, provided they fulfill their requirements both as poultry farmers and members of the National Guard. The creation of a 250,000-man Afghan National Guard and International Security Force, supported in out years by the proceeds from 2,500 poultry production facilities, would not only serve to bolster General McChrystal's Hearts and Minds strategy in Afghanistan and provide Afghan villagers with an economic incentive to partner with America against the Taliban, but it would also provide a robust self-interest, motivated force throughout Afghanistan once American forces have been withdrawn. If we can turn today's Afghan poppy farmers into tomorrow's poultry farmers, we would not only help develop the Afghan economy, but we would also deprive the Taliban of the income it currently receives from the heroin made from the poppies grown by Afghan farmers. The American-Afghan Partnership's cost is $10.5 billion a year for 5 years, and less than the $3 billion a month cost of the war in Afghanistan in 2008, a cost that is projected to reach $30 billion when the surge is added for 2010, according to the Congressional Research Service and Forbes. The American-Afghan Initiative is a carrot-and-stick proposal that provides carrots to Afghan farmers and American workers, while also providing a new stick for American troops to use against the Taliban and al-Qaeda. The stick comes in the form of the Carabim Asymmetric Warfare System. The asymmetric warfare system can be configured to be aerial or terrestrial. In its terrestrial configuration, the asymmetric warfare system is manned by a single U.S. infantry soldier and designed to create battlefield asymmetry by allowing a single soldier to deliver overwhelming force in the form of up to 6 miniguns, multi-barrel machine guns with a high rate of fire, Gatling-style rotating barrels, 24 grenade launcher, and up to 8 Hellfire or anti-aircraft missiles. In addition to creating battlefield asymmetry, the Cherubim Asymmetric Warfare System is also designed to defeat enemy asymmetric tactics such as IEDs, suicide bombers, RPGs, and small arms ambush. Equipped with forward bomb detectors, infrared, sonar, radar, fire direction finders, and onboard fire direction systems, the Cherubim Asymmetric Warfare Systems are designed to meet the requirements of the following missions: VIP and logistic convoy escort missions, Homeland Security Border Patrol, reconnaissance, high-value target installation and base protection, urban fighting, fast attack and maneuver. And in its aerial configuration, fleet and commercial shipping vessel protection and defense against Iranian speedboat swarm tactics in the Gulf of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf. In our efforts to achieve the first component of the national security strategy, targeting the insurgency, working to secure key population centers, and increasing efforts to train Afghan security forces, Cherubim Asymmetric Warfare Vehicles can provide U.S. troops the firepower required to more quickly overwhelm insurgents, while also providing U.S. soldiers with a safer environment in which to operate, so they can hold their fire until they are certain that their targets are hostile. Congress can act to help provide the resources necessary to ensure that not only are our near-term military objectives met in Afghanistan, but also our long-term security requirements by further funding the development of a reliable Afghan ally, not in the form of one person or leader, but in the goodwill of a sizable number of the Afghans, motivated by their own self-interest to fight to ensure that Afghanistan is never again dominated by the Taliban or used as a base to attack the United States or any other peace-loving nation. The American-Afghan Economic Development Partnership is a legislative vehicle Congress can use to achieve that end. If we don't give the people of Afghanistan a reason to fight for